9 indie games hit Steam this week, and here's the kicker. You won't pay a single cent for any of them. We're bouncing from a text-only fantasy grind to a Miami vape shop, from mecha-fist brawling to a soccer match between monkeys and robots. Buckle up, because this lineup is all over the map and totally free. 1. Artesnaut. Launches July 12, 2026. Let's kick things off with something that basically plays itself, and I mean that as a compliment. Artesnaut is a hardcore medieval fantasy idle RPG that lives almost entirely in text. No flashy cutscenes, just pure imagination doing the heavy lifting. You build characters out of races, jobs, and epithets. Then set them loose while the combat and exploration run fully automatic. Your job is to check the results and make the smart calls. There are over 1,000 items waiting to be looted, and the story is deep enough that 93% of players rated it great, which is not a number you see thrown around lightly. It's currently rolling through Chapter 5, unfolding across 5 major updates, so there's real meat here. Ever wanted an RPG that respects your time, but still rewards obsession? This is the one, perfect for the reader in you who loves watching the numbers climb. 2. Vape Store Miami. Prologue. Launches July 9th, 2026. Now for something gloriously specific. Vape Store Miami. Prologue drops you behind the counter of your very own retro Miami vape shop. And yes, that is the entire pitch. And honestly, I am here for it. You stock the shelves, serve a steady stream of customers, and craft your own custom e-liquids from scratch. Then, the phone starts ringing, and online orders start piling up, so you're juggling everything while trying to grow your reputation and expand the business. Best part, you can run the whole thing solo or bring in up to 4 friends for some co-op chaos. There is something weirdly satisfying about that sun-soaked aesthetic mixed with the calm rhythm of restocking a store. Who knew running a vape shop could sound this relaxing? If you love oddly niche management sims that fully commit to their vibe, clock in for a shift with this one. 3. Life and Shadow. Celestial Call. Prologue. Launches July 10th, 2026. All right. Let's kill the lights for this one. Life and Shadow and Celestial Call traps you inside the observatory of a star-obsessed professor perched at the top of Mount Clearvale. And something down in that basement is very, very wrong. During the day, you plan and prepare, gathering what you need to survive. But when night falls, you have to go down and face the darkness head-on. There is a ritual to break, and a mystery buried under all that dread. And the game keeps circling one quiet, unsettling question. Can you actually make it out? What I love about this setup is the rhythm of it, that daytime calm slowly curdling into full nighttime tension. It is the kind of slow burn that gets under your skin. If you like your adventures atmospheric and just a little terrifying, this prologue is a free ticket into a genuinely creepy night on the mountain. 4. HYPERFIST. Launches July 10th, 2026. Okay, deep breath, because this next one does not slow down for anybody. HYPERFIST is a fast-paced, comic-styled, first-person melee brawler that is all about your fists doing the talking. You play as Heath, the local punk, strapped with a pair of mecha-fists, and your whole job is to punch, grab, and smash your way through waves of robotic enemies. The combat is built to feel fast and fluid, so you are constantly moving, closing the gap, and cracking metal skulls open. No guns, no cover, just pure hand-to-hand momentum inside a bold comic book world. Doesn't that just sound like the perfect way to blow off steam after a long day? That comic styling gives it a punchy identity that stands out from the usual gritty action crowd. And since it is free, there is zero reason not to throw a few hundred punches and see how it feels. Go knock some robots into next week. 5 NTE. Neverness to Everness. launches July 7th, 2026. Now we are stepping into something with real scope. Entei, Neverness to Everness is a supernatural urban open-world RPG from Hata Studio, and your story begins in a city called Hetero. You start out as an unlicensed anomaly hunter, which already tells you this place is hiding things it is not supposed to. As you explore, you team up with a diverse cast of companions, each one bringing their own unique abilities to the table, and together you start pulling threads on the city's deeper mysteries. Open-world RPGs live or die on how badly you want to keep wandering, and this supernatural urban setting gives it a distinct hook you do not see every day. Who exactly are these companions, and what is really going on beneath the city? That is the poll. If you have been craving a big, atmospheric world to get lost in without spending a dime, push this one high up your list. 6. Take Care of the Dog. Launches July 9th, 2026. Time to lighten the mood in the most wholesome way possible. Take Care of the Dog is exactly what it says on the tin, a short little story about, you guessed it, taking care of a dog. You play around, follow the good boy wherever he wanders, hunt down items scattered about, and at one point you head into the basement to go fetch some water, for reasons the game cheerfully does not fully explain. And honestly, that mysterious water errand is the exact kind of goofy charm that makes these tiny indie experiences so lovable. It is not trying to be epic, it is just trying to make you smile for a little while. When was the last time a game asked for nothing but a few spare minutes and a soft spot for dogs? If you need a palate cleanser between the heavier titles, this pup is waiting. Go say hi. 7. Sweet Dance. Launches July 9th, 2026. Let's turn the energy up and the stress way down. Sweet Dance is a next-gen 3D dress-up rhythm dance game, and it is basically a fashion show and a dance floor rolled into one. You mix and match a massive collection of trendy outfits, master the hottest dance moves, and groove along to unlocked TikTok hits you will probably recognize the second they start playing. But it is not just about looking good and hitting the beat. There's a social side too, where you meet new friends and even wander into a sweet little romantic journey. It is colorful, it is expressive, and it leans hard into that feel-good energy. Have you ever just wanted a game that lets you dress up, vibe out, and make some friends with zero pressure? This is that comfort space. If cozy, stylish, and social sounds like your kind of night in, slip into your best outfit and hit the floor for free. 8. SonderSoft Soccer, Monkeys vs. Robots. Launches July 9th, 2026. This next one genuinely made me do a double take. SonderSoft Soccer Monkeys vs. Robots is exactly the chaos it advertises. The devs apparently forced a bunch of monkeys to compete against robots for half a year across 20 virtual soccer fields, all powered by actual machine learning. And now you get to enjoy the ridiculous results. Yes, there are real acronyms flying around. Generative adversarial imitation learning in all, but you do not need a computer science degree to appreciate monkeys chasing a soccer ball at a robot. It is the kind of gloriously dumb concept that could only really exist in the indie space, and I mean that with total affection. Where else are you going to referee a primate versus machine sports showdown? If you want something silly to laugh at with friends on a Friday night, this absurd little experiment is completely free. Kick off and let the shenanigans begin. 9. Gorotsuki Paradise. Launches July 6th, 2026. Let's close out the lineup with something for the deck builders in the room. Gorotsuki Paradise is an online PvP card game with a clever twist. You build your deck as you battle. So every single match becomes a live puzzle that keeps shifting under your feet. There are over 150 unique Gorotsuki cards to recruit as you claw your way up through the mad city of Saitama. And that roster gives you a ton of room to experiment with your strategy. Here's the part that really matters though. It is completely free to play with no pay-to-win mechanics, which means your wins come from smart plays, not from your wallet. In a genre where that promise is rare, that alone makes it worth a look. Think you can outdraft a real opponent when the deck is still being built on the fly? Shuffle up and find out. A great free pick for anyone who loves a fair fight. And that's the lineup. 9 indie games, all launching this week, all completely free to jump into. If any of these spark something for you, do the devs a solid and wishlist them on Steam. That one little click genuinely helps these small teams more than you would think. And if you want fresh roundups like this every week, hit subscribe and stick around. I'll catch you in the next one.